Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Lana Turner. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Lana Turner was the epitome of old-school Hollywood glamour, with a filmography that includes classics like The Postman Always Rings Twice, Peyton Place, and Imitation of Life. But before she became a household name, Lana's life was marked by humble beginnings, personal struggles, and a fierce determination to succeed. Born on February 8, 1921, in Wallace, Idaho, Lana Turner grew up in a family that struggled to make ends meet. Her father, John Virgil Turner, was a miner who worked tirelessly to provide for his family, while her mother, Mildred Frances Cowan, took care of the household and raised their young daughter. The Turners lived in a small rustic home on the outskirts of town, surrounded by rolling hills and vast open spaces. It was a simple, yet idyllic childhood, filled with memories of playing in the woods, helping her mother with chores, and listening to her father's stories about his adventures in the mining camps. As Lana grew older, her family faced numerous challenges, including poverty, illness, and personal loss. In 1930, when Lana was just 9 years old, her father was murdered in a robbery gone wrong. The tragedy sent shockwaves through the small community, and the Turner family was left to pick up the pieces and start anew. Lana's mother, determined to provide for her daughter, moved the family to San Francisco, where she found work as a maid and later as a cook. The city was a far cry from the quiet, rural life they had known in Idaho. The streets were bustling with people. The sounds of cars and streetcars filled the air, and the smell of fresh bread wafted from the nearby bakeries. Lana was both fascinated and intimidated by the urban landscape, but she quickly adapted to her new surroundings. She attended Webster Junior High School, where she developed a passion for drama and music, and later enrolled in George Washington High School, where she honed her craft and began to dream of a career in the performing arts. Lana's early years were marked by a strong work ethic inherited from her parents. She worked part-time jobs to support herself and her mother, including stints as a waitress, a dancer, and even a soda fountain girl at the local five-and-dime store. These experiences not only helped her develop a sense of responsibility, but also introduced her to the world of entertainment, laying the groundwork for her future success in Hollywood. Her struggles with poverty, family instability, and personal loss would later inform her performances on screen, bringing a depth and nuance to her characters that would captivate audiences worldwide. From her childhood in Idaho to her teenage years in San Francisco, Lana Turner's journey was marked by both triumph and tragedy, but it was during this formative period that she developed the skills, the passion, and the perseverance that would ultimately lead her to stardom. From her early days as a contract player at MGM to her breakout roles in films like They Won't Forget and The Postman Always Rings Twice, Lana Turner's journey to the top was marked by both triumph and tragedy. We also saw how her early years in San Francisco shaped her into a resilient and determined young woman, laying the groundwork for her future success in Hollywood. In 1937, at just 16 years old, Lana was discovered by Billy Wilkerson, the publisher of The Hollywood Reporter, while sipping a soda at the Top Hat Cafe on Sunset Boulevard. This chance encounter would change the course of her life forever. Wilkerson was immediately struck by Lana's stunning beauty and charisma, and he soon introduced her to Ziegfeld Marx, who arranged a screen test with Warner Brothers. The test was a success, and Lana signed a 7-year contract with the studio, earning a salary of $50 per week. She made her film debut in 1937 with a small role in A Star is Born, followed by appearances in They Won't Forget and Love Finds Andy Hardy. Lana's early days as a contract player at MGM were marked by intense training and grooming, as the studio sought to mold her into a star. She took classes in acting, dancing, and singing, and was schooled in etiquette and deportment. The studio also changed her name from Julia Jean Turner to Lana Turner, which they believed had more marquee value. As Lana's career began to take off, she found herself cast in a series of films that showcased her beauty and charm, including Dancing Co-Ed and Two Girls on Broadway. However, it was her breakout role in 1941's Ziegfeld Girl that truly cemented her status as a Hollywood star. The film, which co-starred Judy Garland and Hedy Lamarr, was a massive hit, and Lana's performance earned her widespread critical acclaim. Throughout the 1940s, Lana continued to appear in a string of successful films, including Johnny Eager, Honky Tonk, and The Postman Always Rings Twice. Her performances were marked by a unique blend of vulnerability and sensuality, which captivated audiences and established her as one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. Lana's personal life during this period was also making headlines. She married bandleader Artie Shaw in 1940, but the marriage was short-lived, ending in divorce just 4 months later. She then wed restaurateur Joseph Stephen Crane in 1942, with whom she had a daughter, Cheryl, in 1943. She faced intense scrutiny from the press and the public, who were fascinated by her glamorous image and personal life. However, Lana remained focused on her craft, using her experiences to inform her performances and bring a depth and nuance to her characters. From her iconic roles in Peyton Place and Imitation of Life to her personal struggles with marriage and motherhood, Lana Turner's journey was marked by both triumph and tragedy. As one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, Lana continued to captivate audiences with her iconic performances in films like Peyton Place and Imitation of Life. However, behind the scenes, she faced numerous challenges, including personal struggles with marriage and motherhood. In the 1950s, Lana's career reached new heights with her starring role in Peyton Place, a film that tackled taboo subjects like adultery and incest. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, cementing her status as one of Hollywood's leading ladies. She went on to appear in a string of successful films, including The Bad and the Beautiful and Imitation of Life, which explored themes of identity, class, and social justice. Despite her professional success, Lana's personal life was marked by turmoil. Her marriage to Joseph Stephen Crane ended in divorce in 1943, and she went on to marry 3 more times, including a brief union with actor Lex Barker. Her relationships were often tumultuous, and she faced intense scrutiny from the press and the public. In addition to her film work, Lana was also a devoted mother to her daughter, Cheryl. However, their relationship was complicated by Lana's busy schedule and personal struggles. In 1958, Cheryl shot and killed Lana's boyfriend, gangster Johnny Stompanato, in a highly publicized incident that shocked the nation. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Lana continued to work in film and television, appearing in projects like By Love Possessed and The Survivors. However, she began to slow down in the 1980s due to health problems and personal struggles. She passed away on June 29, 1995, at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's most iconic stars. Lana Turner's impact on American cinema cannot be overstated. She was a true Hollywood legend, known for her stunning beauty, captivating performances, and enduring charm. Her films continue to inspire new generations of actors and actresses, and her legacy serves as a reminder of the power of talent, perseverance, and dedication. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.